Lee Min-ho returns from trip. Tears flow as he reunites with Song Hye-kyo and the twins. The airport. The reunion. Tears. The moment that made the entire internet stop breathing. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from K-Drama Haven, where every story is real, raw, and unforgettable. 1 minute ago, Lee Min-ho lands in Seoul after 47 days away. It began like any other quiet morning at Incheon International Airport. Few early flights. A few sleepy fans holding signs. And then, just before 6:42 a.m., a black SUV pulled up outside Terminal 2. And out stepped Lee Min-ho, looking thinner, paler. His eyes hidden behind sunglasses. A soft beanie pulled over his hair. The world hadn't seen him in nearly 7 weeks. And no one knew, until now, what really happened during that time. But what we do know is this. The minute he stepped back into Korea, he wasn't heading to a drama set, or a press conference, or even home. He went straight to her destination. Song Hye-kyo's seaside home. At exactly 8:21 a.m., a fan account tracking Seoul-based celebrity drivers spotted a discreet convoy heading east toward Gangneung. The final stop. A quiet coastal villa, the same one where Song Hye-kyo has been staying with her children for the past 2 months. And what happened next? Even their closest friends say they weren't ready. The moment he saw her again, rain began to fall lightly as Lee Min-ho stepped out of the car. He didn't bring an umbrella. He didn't bring a stylist. He brought one thing, a tiny hand-carved wooden whale. The exact same kind he gave Hye-kyo during filming of The Legend of the Blue Sea. Back when they were just co-stars. Before they were anything else. Before the twins. As he approached the doorway, she opened it before he could knock. No words. Just her standing there, barefoot in an oversized cardigan, eyes swollen from crying. And behind her, 2 tiny figures peeked out. One boy, one girl, hair tousled from sleep, holding stuffed animals. Appa! The first voice to break the silence wasn't Lee Min-ho's. It was the little boy, barely 2, whispering from behind Hye-kyo's legs. Appa! And that was it. Min-ho dropped to his knees. Right there. In the rain. Arms wide open. Both children ran to him without hesitation. Not like strangers meeting someone new. But like souls finally returning to the one they'd been waiting for. And that's when Song Hye-kyo began to cry. The conversation off camera. What happened behind closed doors that morning has been kept private. Until now. But a close family friend revealed exclusively to K-Drama Haven. Min-ho apologized. Not for leaving. But for not knowing how to stay when things got hard. He told Hye-kyo he now understands what love costs, and he's ready to pay for it every day. He also reportedly told her, I missed your voice. But I missed the sound of my children breathing even more. First photo leaked. The family by the sea. Later that evening, a blurry photograph taken by a passerby showed a quiet moment on the beach. Lee Min-ho holding the twins' hands. Song Hye-kyo walking beside them, one hand grazing his back. The 4 of them barefoot in the sand, silhouetted against the fading sun. The caption from the original post. I didn't think I'd believe in love again. Then I saw them. Where has Lee Min-ho been? So where was he for 47 days? Not filming. Not vacationing. He was in New Zealand, in a silent recovery retreat, where phones were forbidden, and guests were encouraged to reflect in solitude. His manager later shared. He didn't want the world's noise. He wanted to understand why he ran from the one thing he wanted most. It's been revealed that he journaled daily. One entry now leaked reads, I wasn't scared of being a father. I was scared I didn't deserve to be loved that way. Twin talk. Who do they call daddy? According to insiders, the twins, affectionately nicknamed Ha-jun and Ha-rin, had already been shown photos and videos of Lee Min-ho while he was away. Hye-kyo reportedly kept a small daddy wall in the hallway, filled with postcards he sent, a voice recording of him reading The Little Prince, a photo of him holding their ultrasound. And every night before bed, she told them, "Appa is looking for the courage to come home." What's next for the family? No official statement has been released from either agency, but sources close to both actors say a quiet recommitment ceremony may happen by autumn. Lee Min-ho has declined 3 major drama offers to stay close to home. The twins will begin private preschool in September, both parents attending orientation together. One source even whispered, "They're not talking about the past anymore. They're dreaming again." Hours after the reunion, a house full of quiet. By 10:15 p.m. that night, the twins had finally fallen asleep, one curled on Haikyo's lap, the other on Minho's shoulder. They had spent the entire afternoon drawing in the living room, piling their father with crayon drawings and handmade necklaces made of pasta and string. But as the rain tapped against the window panes and silence filled the villa, Song Haikyo and Lee Min-ho finally found themselves alone. In the kitchen, face to face. A pot of barley tea steamed between them. No cameras, no publicists, just 2 people, and the wreckage of love that was never supposed to break. "I didn't know if I wanted to forgive you." She didn't raise her voice. She didn't cry. She simply said, "I didn't know if I wanted to forgive you. I only knew I didn't want them to grow up thinking love leaves when it gets too loud." Lee Min-ho looked down, speechless. For once, the man who could command red carpets and win over millions with a single wink had nothing clever to say. Until he whispered, "I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because I didn't know how to love without hurting you." And that's when she broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just one tear down her cheek. And then she nodded, slowly, as if she had waited years just to hear him say those words out loud. The secret box in the closet. After their tea, Haikyo went to the hallway and came back with a small box. She placed it in front of Min-ho. Inside, tiny baby sock. A photo of him from their very first date, back in 2020. A crumpled note he once wrote saying, "I hope I'll be a father you're proud of." And most hauntingly, a drawing the twins made months ago. Picture of 4 stick figures. One with a question mark over his head. "They didn't know what you looked like," she said. "But they knew you belonged." Min-ho stared at the drawing, hands trembling. Then he did something no one expected. He kissed the question mark and whispered, "I'm not a question anymore. I'm home." The video that made him break. Later that night, Song Haikyo showed him a video, one she hadn't even watched herself in weeks. It was of the twins on their 2nd birthday, singing a made-up lullaby into the wind. "Happy Appa Day. We wish you stay. Even when the clouds make Appa go away." Min-ho turned away, shoulders shaking. "They wrote that for the sky," Haikyo said. "But I always hoped you'd hear it." He wiped his face and finally looked her in the eyes. "I missed their birthdays, but I won't miss their lives." Comment section. Fans in tears. From Korea to the Philippines to Nigeria to Brazil, fans all over the world have flooded the internet. "I'm sobbing. Not over the reunion, but because he finally chose to stay." Song Haikyo is strength in its softest form. She waited, and she protected their peace. The twins recognizing him as Appa. That healed something in me. What to expect next? Rumors are swirling that a documentary series may be in the works. A soft, slow, intimate story of Lee Min-ho's journey back to fatherhood. If true, it would be the most vulnerable content he's ever shared. Expected titles being pitched include Coming Home, the Lee Min-ho story. To My Children with Regret and Love. A Father's Silence, a Family's Return. Final thought. Sometimes love doesn't look like grand gestures. Sometimes it looks like a man getting down on his knees in the rain, a woman opening the door without needing answers, and 2 small children whispering, "Appa," like it's the only truth that matters. Lee Min-ho went away to find himself. What he found Was the family waiting for him all along? What would you say to someone you're waiting to come home? And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.